women and people with disabilities have found themselves bearing the brunt during the pandemic. There are a number of challenges they face. Modern Centric Holdings advocates for people living with disability, and we are now joined by their Group General Manager, Lorraine Mgulwa. Lorraine, a pleasure to have you on the program this afternoon. Now, first speak to us through the challenges which are faced by women and people living with disabilities, especially now in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for inviting us on the show. Yes, we have been facing a lot of challenges during COVID, especially with women living with people living with disabilities in particular, and also women. When I start with women, it has been particularly concerning that the gender-based violence has increased since the beginning of the pandemic, and we have found ourselves having to deal with a lot of women that are now finding themselves destitute. Women have left their marital homes, women have left their relationships, and women are now out there with their children in this pandemic, and some of them have also found themselves not losing their jobs. So we have, as Modern Centric, been very, very active in trying to assist these women in particular in finding alternative employment, because that is what we do, that is what we specialize in. And through our foundation, which is Modern Community Foundation, we have then also stepped in where women need our assistance in dealing with the day-to-day issues of not having enough money to pay for school fees for their children, having their children not having food or clothing. So we've had to deal a lot with that kind of challenge when it comes to women. When it comes to people living with disabilities, as we all know, that most of them, you have cases where they've had to go for medical care. And during the pandemic, especially last year, you'd find that they are traveling in public transport in their wheelchairs and their crutches, and they get to clinics, and those clinics are closed because there was a COVID scare, and then having that challenge of them having to go back home again and come back on other days. So besides the fact that we do have a division that does recruitment for people living with disability, we've had to step in as well in trying to see how we can assist them. Besides finding them jobs, how do we assist them to navigate the new, it is a new norm. I mean, this COVID thing is a new norm. And how can we step in whatever possible means that we can to assist them besides finding them jobs. So with our new hashtag ModernCentric 1 million, our aim and our drive is to change 1 million lives of previously disadvantaged people in South Africa by 2023.
So for those interested in getting assistance from you, how do they get in touch with you?
How they get in touch with us is they can send us an email at info@moderncentric.co.za. We are also running bursary programs for the youth who have found themselves starting a course in varsity and cannot now, or their parents do not have the means to pay for their education. We have now a bursary system that we have started, which closes on the 27th of August, and they can also contact us on bursaries@mcfoundation.co.za. That is what we are also doing to assist the youth of the country.
And very quickly, if you may, just give us a sense of how your program is being received. I mean, you've mentioned that you're also offering assistance from young people here.
It has been received with overwhelming support from our partners. As I mentioned, we have partnered with a company that is a drilling company that has now offered bursaries. So they're offering up to 4 million rand for bursaries for students who have completed 2 to 3 years and do not have further money. So we have opened it up for anybody from the ages of 18 to 28 to please apply for these bursaries and let us help you and let us help South Africa. So we've had a very, very good response from our partners and our corporate clients that we're working with, and they are so committed in assisting us in changing these 1 million lives by 2023. So it's very, very exciting times.
Well, it sounds like exciting times. That's Lorraine Mgulwa giving us a sense of the activities around the modern Centric 1 Million campaign that's offering assistance to not only people living with disabilities, but also young people as well.